Assalamu alaikum 7th class. This is your science lecture. As we were reading chapter number 3, so open your books. In the previous lecture we have discussed about the periodic table. We know that there are about 100 and above elements present in the nature, and these elements are arranged in a periodic table. And in the periodic table, the columns are called groups and the rows are called periods. Students, when we move from up to down in the groups, we check that the size of the atomic size will increase due to the number of shell increase. And when we move from left to right in the periods, we will note that the atomic number of elements will increase. Students, the elements of group number 1 are called alkali metals because they have one electron in their outermost shells and they have ability to lose this electron. That's why they are called alkali metals and they are very reactive. The elements of second groups have 2 electrons in their outermost shells. The elements of third group have 3 electrons. Fourth group has 4 electrons, and fifth group has 5 electrons. Sixth group has 6 electrons. Seventh group have 7 electrons, and eighth group have 8 electrons in their outermost shells. And we know that all atoms want to complete their outermost shell. That's why they will react. They will take part in the reaction by losing or gaining electrons. The members of the elements of group 7 are called halogens. Why they are called halogens? Students, the member of the elements of the group 7 have 7 electrons in their outermost shells and they need only 1 electron to complete its outermost shell. That's why they has ability to gain an electron. That's why they are very reactive. The elements of group number have 1 electron and they have ability to lose electron, while on the other hand the elements of the group 7 has 7 electrons in their outermost shells and they have ability to gain an electron. That is the reason the elements of group number 1 and the elements of group number 7 are very reactive. The elements of group number 8 are called noble gases and they are called non-reactive. Why they are called non-reactive? Because their outermost shells have 8 electrons, and when 8 electrons are occupied in the outermost shell, their shell is completed. So they have no ability to lose an electron and gain an electron. That's why they will not take part in the chemical reaction and they are called non-reactive elements. This was our previous lecture. Today our topic is atoms, molecules and chemical formulas. Students, what are elements and what are molecules? What is the difference between elements and molecules? One type of atoms, when one type of atom is present, this is called element or atom as well. What is elements? When one type of atom is present, this is called element. For example, carbon. Carbon is a single atom, this is element. Oxygen has only single atom, so this is called oxygen element. And what are molecules? When two or more atoms of same type join together, they are called molecules. Students, when single atom is present, this is called element, and when two or more atoms of same type join together, this forms molecule. Let's see some examples like oxygen molecules. When two atoms of oxygen join together, they form oxygen molecules. Like this, when two atoms or two elements of hydrogen join together, they form hydrogen molecules. When two atoms of nitrogen join together, it forms nitrogen molecules. So this is the difference between elements and molecules. Single type of atom is called element, and two or more atoms of same type join together, they will form molecules. And all elements and molecules are represented by some chemical formula or structure formulas. What are chemical formulas? Let's see. Elements. Hydrogen. This is the atom of hydrogen because hydrogen is a element. It contains only single atom. Carbon. This is a atom or atom of carbon atom. Molecules. This is the chemical formula of hydrogen molecules. In this formula, two hydrogen atoms join together and it forms hydrogen molecule. Oxygen molecules. When two atoms of oxygen join together, it forms oxygen molecule. This is the chemical formulas of elements and molecules. All elements or molecules are represented by special molecular formula. Yes, students, this is the information about elements, molecules and their chemical formulas. Learn it, read this paragraph and learn it. Next, open page number 40. Our next topic is combining elements to make compounds. In this topic, we will see that what are compounds. What are compounds? Students, when two or more different atoms join in chemical reaction, they will form compounds. In molecules, same type of atoms or elements join, but in compounds, different atoms join together and they will form compounds. This is the difference between molecule and compounds. In molecules, same type of atoms are present, but in compounds, different types of atoms are present in chemical reaction. What is chemical reaction? Chemical reaction is the process in which atoms want to be stable, and for gaining this stability, the atoms do many chemical reactions, and in chemical reactions atoms gain electrons and lose electrons to complete their outermost shell. So when different types of atoms do chemical reaction, they will form compounds. Let's see some examples of compounds. Sodium chloride. Sodium chloride is the example of compound because it contains two different kinds of elements. Sodium is one type of element and chlorine is another type of an element. So two different types of elements join together and it will form a compound that is called sodium chloride. Next, our compound is methane. This is called methane gas, and it is a compound because it contains two different types of elements. First type of element is carbon and three atoms of hydrogen is present. So two different types of elements are present. First type is carbon and second type is hydrogen. When two different types of elements join together, it will form a compound that is called methane gas. Next, types of compounds. How many types of compounds are present? Students, there are two different types of compounds are present. Ionic compounds and covalent compounds. How many types of compounds? Two types of compounds are present. One is ionic compounds and second is covalent compounds. Let's see what are ionic compounds. Student, from the name of ionic compound, it is represented that ionic compound is made from ions. So what are ions? In the previous lecture we have discussed about ions. What are ions? When atoms lose an electron or gain an electron, it gains positive or negative charge. So these are called ions. When ions join together, they will form compounds that are called ionic compounds. What are ionic compounds? Ionic compounds are formed by the joining of ions. And about ions you have discussed, you have learned in previous lectures. Let's see some examples. Sodium chloride. This is a compound and this is ionic compounds. Let's see how this is an ionic compound. Students, we know that the atomic number of sodium is 11. So let's see the arrangement of electrons in sodium atom. In first shells, 2 electrons are occupied, and in second shell 8 electrons are occupied. 8 plus 2, 10 electrons, and 1 electron is present in outermost shell. On the other hand, the atomic number of chlorine is 17. So let's see the arrangement of electrons in chlorine. First shell contains 2 electrons, second shell contains 8 electrons, and the third shell contains 7 electrons. The sodium atom wants 7 electrons to be stable because when 8 electrons are present in the outermost shell, it will be stable. In this way, 1 electron is present in the outermost shell, and sodium wants 7 electrons to be stable and to complete its outermost shell. On the other hand, chlorine has 7 electrons in their outermost shell, and to complete its outermost shell, the chlorine atom needs only 1 electron. So this is easier for sodium to lose 1 electron rather than it gains 7 electron. So the sodium atom loses this electron. This electron is lost by sodium atom. In this way, sodium gets positive charge and it forms cation. On the other hand, the chlorine atom this is easier for chlorine atom to get 1 electron rather than to lose 7 electron. क्लोरीन के लिए 7 इलेक्ट्रॉन को लूज करना डिफिकल्ट है, जबकि 1 इलेक्ट्रॉन को गेन करना इजियर है. दैट्स वाई क्लोरीन गेट दिस 1 इलेक्ट्रॉन and gets negative charge and forms anion. In this way, cation and anions join together and form a compound that is called sodium chloride. And students, you are seeing that this compound is formed from ions, sodium ions and chlorine ion. So this is called ionic compound. Let's see another example of ionic compound. Magnesium oxide. This is the atom of magnesium. It has its atomic number is 12. Let's see its arrangement of electrons. 2 electrons are in first shells, 8 electrons in the second shells, and remaining 2 electrons are present in the outermost shells. It means it needs 6 more electrons to be stable. On the other hand, the atomic number of oxygen is 16. The arrangement of electrons in oxygen is 2 is in first shell, 8 in second shells, and remaining 6 electrons are present in the outermost shells. And its outermost shell has 6 electrons. It needs 2 more electrons to be stable. So, मैग्नीशियम के लिए 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स को लूज करना इजियर है या 6 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स को गेन करना इजियर है. ऑब्वियसली it is easier for magnesium to lose 2 electrons. So these 2 electrons are lost by magnesium atoms and it gets 2 positive charge and it becomes magnesium cation or magnesium ion. On the other hand, it is easier for oxygen to gain 2 electrons rather than it lose 6 electrons. So these 2 electrons are gained by oxygen. In this way, its outermost shell completed by 8 electrons, and when 2 electrons removed, its outermost shell contains 8 electrons. This is also stable, and in this way, this is also stable. So, by gaining 2 electrons, oxygen gains -2 charge and it becomes anion. When magnesium ion or oxygen ion join together, it will form a compound that is called magnesium oxide, and this is called ionic compound because this is formed from the ions. The second type of compound is covalent compounds. What are covalent compounds? Student, covalent compounds are formed from the sharing of electrons. 2 atoms joined together by the sharing of electrons is called covalent compounds. Students, in ionic compounds, the electrons are loosed or gained by atoms, but in covalent compounds, the atoms will not lose an electron or gain an electron. Rather, they will share their electrons and complete their outermost shell. Let's see some examples. Chlorine, it's some compound of chlorine, Cl2. Let's see how it's a covalent compound. First of all, we will check the arrangement of electrons. It has, the atomic number of chlorine is 17. 17, the arrangement of electrons. 2 electrons are present in the outermost shells. 8 electrons are present in the second shells, and remaining 7 electrons are present in the outermost shell. In this way, it needs only 1 electron to complete its outermost shell. The other atom of chlorine has same arrangement of electrons, so both atoms of both elements of chlorine needs only 1 electron to complete its outermost shell. Students, both these elements come close to each other and share its 1 electron with each other and forms a compound that is called chlorine compounds. By sharing, students, you are seeing that when they come close to each other, this electron is shared by this electron, and this electron is shared by this element of chlorine. In this way, both atoms of chlorine has 8 electrons in their outermost shells. Let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 2, 4, 6, 8, and in this way they have complete their outermost shells by sharing of electrons and form a compound Cl2. This compound is called covalent compounds because this is formed from the sharing of electrons. Yes, 7th class, this is the information about compounds, in which we have learned that what are compounds. Compounds are formed from the different kinds of elements that are joined together in a chemical reaction. Next, we have discussed about different types of elements. Ionic compounds. In ionic compounds are formed from the ions, and ions are cation and anion. When cation and anion join together, they will form a compound that is called ionic compounds. Next, we have discussed about different examples of ionic compounds like sodium chloride, in which sodium is a cation and chlorine is an anion. They join together and form a compound that is called sodium chloride compound. Magnesium and oxygen. Magnesium loses an electron and oxygen gains an electrons. They get positive charge and it get negative charge when both they join together, and it will form a compound magnesium chloride, magnesium oxide, and this is the ionic compound because this is form of ions. Next, we have discussed about covalent compounds. Covalent compounds are formed from the sharing of electrons, and by sharing of electrons, covalent bond is formed. And in covalent compounds, we have discussed about the example of chlorine compounds. In chlorine compounds, we have checked that both these electrons, single electrons, are shared by both elements of chlorine, and in this way their outermost shell is completed and a bond is formed between two elements, and this is called covalent bond, and this forms a compound that is called covalent compound. So students, read it carefully and learn it carefully. Thank you.